All
You
right.
get very sorry.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to do some holotropic breathing now, which is the last event of the day. You'll be pleased to know. We will finish in the next hour and an hour or so. Just a little bit of background on it, so you understand where it comes from. So the history of holotropic breathing is this guy's called Stanislav Grof. He was a psychotherapist working in the US in the 50s and 60s with patients, and he used LSD, which, as you know, is hallucinogenic acid, as it's called, which puts people on a trip, and it was being used for medicinal purposes. He was trying to get them to go into deeper states, to explore emotions. And he found, when he did these sessions, so he would sit with the person for hours while they're on this trip. And a lot of stuff would come up that was quite valuable. And then towards the end of the session, what he observed was that people would start breathing quite heavily, quite deeply and heavily. He was curious about it. He was like, well, why the deep breathing? And then sometimes they would just ask him to like touch their shoulder or an area they would get body pains. And so out of his experience working with these patients, he started to intuit that maybe breathing was a key, that maybe this deep breathing that he saw them doing was part of the state that they went into, this altered state. And then they kind of forced his hand because they stopped allowing LSD was banned in the late 60s in America. They said, no, you can't use it anymore for recreational or medicinal purposes. They just banned it outright. So he was forced to look for an alternative therapy, and that forced him to look at the breathing. So he said, okay, well, let's experiment with this breathing. If people are breathing like this, and that was part of the state, maybe the breathing can induce the state. And as they experimented with groups and so on, they found that it did indeed. This method of breathing, which I'm going to share with you just now, really induced quite profound altered states of consciousness that were very similar to what people experienced when they'd taken the drug. And they found that they could achieve the same kind of results, maybe even better results, with this holotropic breathing. And of course, there weren't any downsides to it. You couldn't overdose, couldn't take too much. It was totally in that person's power to control it because it's just a breathing technique. And so if the emotions and the sensations you're experiencing as a result are quite intense, then you can just stop the breathing or breathe less deeply, and it would moderate the response. So you're in total control of this. There's no, like, if you want to stop it at any point, you can, and within a few minutes, all the sensations will subside and you'll be back to normal, which is nice. So it's very safe. Number one. So that's the history of it. And then over the last sort of 50 years, they developed this holotropic breathing into a modality, part of breath work, but it's kind of its own thing. It's a healing modality. People run workshops. There's official training. I've never done that training because I think you can only do it in the US. But I've facilitated many of these sessions, maybe I don't know, 50 sessions, maybe more. Mostly individually, but over the last few years, just actually doing it on Zoom, and it seems to work quite well. You just hear my voice and you play the music to yourself, and you have an experience because the experience comes from the breathing primarily. So in the holotropic, they also have a sitter. They have a sitter and a breather. So there's generally a buddy system, and people would sit with the breather for the period of that they would breathe, and then they'd switch. So in this case, I think you're all on your own except for Iona. So Iona, you've got Kenneth there. If Kenneth wants to sit with you, he's welcome to do it himself. But if he wants to just sit with you and kind of hold the space for you, then that would be ideal because that gives you a little bit of support. I'm here on the other end of the line, so listen to my voice because the voice is going to guide
Right.
you and just just go with what I'm saying. So make sure you can hear me properly, that it's loud enough. However you want to do the text. So if it's coming through on your computer, then you could have me coming via your computer quite loud, and then you could play the music on another device, or you can play it through your computer or your phone and have headphones, so that you create the surround sound experience and you can hear my voice and the music. The files that I sent you, did you all get the MP3 files?
Yeah.
So those should play any player on your computer or phone will play those, because they're MP3 format, which is a very common format. So you could play it on your phone, you can play it on your computer. Just make sure that you can hear me as well. So my voice is overlaid on the music. You can hear my voice clearly enough to hear it, and the music is not too loud to drown it out. But ideally, that it's loud enough to give you an effect, because the idea is it's actually quite loud when we do the music, because it kind of creates this effect that's going to help you to go into the altered state along with the breathing. So the main track, the first one, which I called holotropic breathing, is holotropic music, is 45 minutes, just over 45 minutes. So that's the main one. So you're going to breathe in this way, which I'm going to show you just now, for 45 minutes. And then you're going to, the second track, which is only 6 minutes, is like the wind down. So if you can play those in sequence on your device, you put them into a playlist, wherever you're going to do it, you play them in sequence, that's ideal, because then the one just goes naturally into the other. And everyone's got the same tracks, and I know exactly how long they are. So it'll be 45-minute process for the main holotropic. I'll guide you through it. You're going to be breathing using this breathing technique I'll show you just now for that time, and then afterwards you're just going to lie there for 6 minutes, breathe quietly through your nose, listen to the music, let it integrate, and kind of download, because it's a beautiful song, that kind of experience of whatever feelings are rising. And then just a few minutes of silence, just to kind of come out of it. And then if you want to, we can have maybe 10-15 minutes where everyone just shares their experience, or not. If that's it, and for you want to go to bed, then fine. But if you want to stay and share, then normally we do that. And then in follow-up, I'd suggest doing exercise 6, which is the drawing. Again, you don't have to do that tonight necessarily, but draw it again based on your experience of the holotropic, and you might find some different stuff comes. Your self-concept changes, and draw that out. In the holotropic, as they do it, Stanislav Grof's method, they have a mandala. They actually go and they draw a mandala based on the experience. So you could draw that as well. Whatever comes to you, draw a picture of yourself, draw what you saw, to express it out, and just try and integrate the experience, because it can be a very profound experience. So just to give you kind of some idea of what you might experience, it's very common that you get pins and needles in your hands because of all the energy that you're bringing in. So you might get pins and needles in your hands. You might get tingling sensations. You might go numb. Sometimes people can actually go into some kind of contortion, so their hands can kind of lock into some kind of spasm because all this energy is going into the system, and then the effect of that energy is that these physical reactions happen. So don't be alarmed at any of that. It's all part of the process. It's normal. Just breathe through it. If it becomes too intense, then you can modify the breathing. So you can breathe a bit slower, you can breathe a bit deeper, slower, you can breathe less fast, and you can change it from mouth breathing to nasal breathing. So I'm going to suggest you start with a mouth breath, and then if you find that's too difficult, it creates too much intensity, or you find that your mouth's getting really dry, or whatever, you can actually switch it to nasal breathing, which also has an effect, but it's, in my experience, is less pronounced. So the mouth breathing tends to really induce the state. You go a little bit into the fight or flight, but you move through that into another state. So if you just persevere with it, you'll go through that in the first few minutes, and then you'll find all these reactions starting to kick off, and you'll go into a different mental and emotional state. So all kinds of emotions can come up, which you need to be aware of as well. So let me just call Elaine again. I'll call her. Hopefully she's out the shower and she can join us. So emotions can range from. Hi, Elaine. Are you ready? We're just going through a bit of prep work here.
Yeah.
So, okay, great.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, so I was just saying, there's all kinds of physical reactions you can experience. So tingling in your hands, numbness, sensations in the body. It's all normal. It's part of the process.
And
So
I don't have to play the music if I don't want to.
No, you don't have to. In my experience, it helps to get into an altered state. They use music in the holotropic breathing sessions that I was telling you about that Stanislav Grof did, because they experimented with it. They said, it's quite evocative music, so it actually helps you to get into an altered state. But if you don't want to, that's your choice. I'd recommend trying it and seeing it, because most people say the music's amazing and it really helped them to get into a deeper state. So I'd advise it, but it's up to you ultimately, because you're going to play it on your side. I don't play the music, because if I play it through the internet, then it distorts, and then it's not that great sound quality and can disturb the experience. So it's up to you to play it on your phone or whatever device you want to. As I said, play it in a way that you can hear it, and you can also hear my voice quite clearly. So the two are happening, because I'm going to guide you through this. I'm going to keep you present. Otherwise, it's very easy just to fall asleep, and you don't want that. You can experience any kind, all kinds of emotional reactions. Anything can happen. I can't say what will happen. You could go into some kind of past trauma and re-experience that, the emotions, the sensations. People can have body sensations. People have gone into pre-womb, when they were in the womb. They've gone into that modality is called rebirthing. So you go and you re-experience that, and there's usually some trauma in the birth. So that can happen. You can go into past life experiences, visions. One doesn't know. Anything can happen. But my only advice is just keep breathing. Keep doing the breathing for the 45 minutes. If you need to drop the intensity down, then just modify the breathing, slow it down, stop for a minute or two, and then start again. But if you stop the breathing, then it stops the effect, and you'll quickly move out of the state. So try and keep the breathing going as much as you can. Okay, so any questions so far?
You were going to send that music through for me.
Yeah, I was. You're right. So let's just send it through. So any questions while I do this for that?
Yeah, is it better to lie down or
Yes. So you're going to be, the setup
Okay.
is you're going to be lying down,
Mm-hmm.
and so flat on a comfortable surface, generally floor, but make sure it's sort of reasonably comfortable, padded, carpet. Could lie down on a bed, it's possible as well. It needs to be reasonably firm, so you're not sinking in. And have a blanket that's covering you. I'd recommend. Okay, so because your body temperature can you can change temperature quite dramatically. So that's another thing that can happen. You can get hot, you can get cold. So have a blanket to cover you. If it gets too hot, you can throw it off. If it's too cold, then one blanket should be enough. If you've got heating over there in Scotland. Okay, Elaine, I just sent those through to you. So they're in order, the order that you need to play them, okay? So lie down, and you're going to lie flat on your back. Have a cushion under your head just to support your cushion. Have a blanket, make sure you're comfortable. Hands next to your side, palms facing upwards. That's the posture. So if you've done yoga, it's a Savasana posture. Dead man's pose, it's called. You're in that posture with the hands facing palm upwards, just so you're open to receive. That's the idea of the palms facing upwards.
So, Johnny, you're sending Elaine music. Do you send the rest of us music? I missed
I've
that
sent
bit.
it to you. Yeah.
You sent it.
Do you not read my messages?
Well,
Evidently not.
today I've not been able to read messages.
Okay. So I sent it out on email
Got it.
twice, actually, yesterday's and today's message. And I
Right.
sent it on WhatsApp this morning.
Right.
So if you go into the WhatsApp group, this morning's message, you'll see I say, well, here are the music tracks that you're going to need. But I'm happy to. Does anyone else need these tracks? Because I'm happy to just send them quickly. Forward message to anyone else need the tracks? Have you got them?
So
Lucy, anyone else need them?
Don't know. Oh,
Kim?
I didn't get it on yours and my WhatsApp. Did I get it?
It's on the club members group. So I sent it this morning. You got that?
I don't know which one of those it is though, because it doesn't say. Was it the last one you sent? Is that the music though?
No, it's I've just sent it to you there. Okay, it's directly in your WhatsApp.
Okay, got it.
Private WhatsApp. Okay, so Holotropic music is the first one, and then 100,000 Angels is the second one. The first one's 45 minutes. That's the main track. Play that first, and then play the 100,000 Angels. And if you can organize it so that happens automatically, all the better. But if you need to, then you could just, once you finish the one, you can just tap and start the other one. But if I play it through my speaker, through Zoom, it gets distorted.
Yeah.
So it's not the best experience. Okay, anyone else need the music? No? Happy? Okay. I'll just show you the breathing now. So it's quite a simple breathing technique. You're going to do a 3-phase breath. So kind of like we've done with the power breathing, into the kind of lower chest. It's mainly chest breathing. So you'll find if you're doing through a mouth, that it tends to be concentrated in the chest, but there is a rising in the stomach. So it's into the stomach and the lower chest. That's the first phase of the breath. Second phase of the breath, into the middle chest. Third phase, upper chest. Okay, so it's a 3-phase breath. Start off like that. If you find that it flows into one breath as you go with it, that's fine. It's just to get you into the habit of really doing a maximal inhale breath in these 3 stages. So 3-stage breath in through the mouth, and then there's not really any pause or hold. You just go straight. You roll it into the exhale. So it's called a connected breathing because the inhale rolls straight into the exhale. So you exhale out your mouth, and then straight into the 3-phase through the mouth, and then one exhale. Okay, so it's about 3, 4, 5 seconds on the inhale, and then maybe about the same on the exhale, and then you roll it into the next inhale, and you just keep in that cycle.
So are you breathing out through your mouth?
Yeah.
Okay,
in and out,
so it's in
and out through your mouth.
Can you just run through that quickly, because I missed the intro.
Yeah.
So explain it.
So you're going to breathe in through your mouth. It's a 3-phase breath.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So into the kind of lower part of the stomach and the chest, then middle chest and the upper chest, and then you roll straight into the exhale.
In through the nose, out through the mouth.
No, through the mouth. You're breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth, because it has a more of an intense effect. If you find that that's difficult, if the effect is too intense for you, then you're going to switch it to nasal breathing.
Okay.
So you can switch this to
3 sort of like 3 stages in the in breath, and 3 in the out breath as well.
No, the out breath is one out breath.
Just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3-phase, a bit like the power breathing.
Yeah.
So into the low part of the lungs, middle, and then upper. The reason why we do the mouth is that if you chest breathing, it has a different effect. If you engage diaphragm, it tends to engage parasympathetic nervous system, and that kind of puts you into a kind of quite a slow sort of relaxed state. parasympathetic system is relaxation, and then often you'll tend to drop off. So this is actually quite an energizing breath. You breathe into your mouth, it actually energizes you. You might feel a little bit kind of strange to start with, because you go through that kind of fight or flight response. But as you settle into it after a few minutes, you'll find that you progress through that, and it really does do some pretty profound things to the body and to your mental and emotional state. As I said, if you feel like, okay, this is a bit too intense, then you can slow the breathing down a bit. You could just do one breath rather than three. You can switch it to nasal breathing. So you do 3-phase nasal breath or 1-phase nasal breath. The main thing is find your rhythm. I'm giving you a format to start off with, but find a rhythm with it so that you're okay with it feels natural and rhythmical, and you can do this for 45 minutes. Okay, so you breathe this way for 45 minutes. All you have to do is breathe. That's it, and the Holy Spirit takes care of the rest. Whatever's meant to happen for you, whatever experiences will come, and you're just trusting that. You're saying, okay, I'm surrendering, and I'm trusting that.
Jono, I feel like he's a kind of a language barrier for me. Some words I didn't understand. Maybe I would like to do that in a one-on-one session, and would now join some other session.
Okay, if you want to, Katie, it's up to you. I mean, what don't you understand?
About how to breathe, the explanation of how to breathe.
Okay, so let me go through it again. So you're going to breathe into your lower chest through the mouth. Okay, so you're lying down, palms facing upwards. That's the posture with a little cushion under your head. First stage of the breath, if you watch me, is into the sort of lower part of the chest, and your stomach will rise as well. Okay. Second phase, into the middle chest. So you're filling your whole lung, your full lung capacity now. And the third phase, into the upper lungs. Okay, so your entire chest cavity is expanding. It's like a maximal inhale breath, much as you possibly can take in. And then immediately, you don't hold the breath for any length of time. Immediately, you go into the exhale. Okay, so it's a long, slow exhale, maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds. And then you go into the next inhale. 3-phase breath. Okay, so that 3 phases makes you take a maximal inhale. As I said, as you go, if you find that you kind of flow into one breath and that all merges into one, that's okay. As long as it's a full deep breath. That's the main thing. You want to take in as much in that breath as possible, and then you roll it straight into the exhale. So you go straight into the exhale out your mouth. Okay. You release it and then roll straight into the next inhale. So there's no gap between inhale and exhale. It's what I call connected breathing through the mouth. If you find that difficult, your mouth's getting dry, your chest is hurting, you can switch it to nasal breathing. Okay, that will tend to engage more of the diaphragm. So try mouth breathing first, but nasal breathing, so that would be a 3-phase nasal breath. So into the lower stomach and the lower chest, and then second phase into the upper chest, middle chest, third phase into the upper chest, and then roll it straight into the exhale, which you then do out of your nose, and then roll into the next inhale. So it's inhale into exhale, into inhale, into exhale, and so you go, and you're going to do that for 45 minutes, and I will remind you how to breathe as we go. Say, okay, just keep the breathing going, keep the flow going, 3-phase breath, and so on. So just listen to my guidance. Make sure you can hear my voice loudly enough. Okay. Do you understand that? Okay. Is that clear, everyone?
I just wondered about the diaphragm. You said something.
Yeah.
So we're not engaging.
So with the mouth breathing, you don't engage with diaphragm that much. Obviously the stomach's going to raise a certain amount, but you'll find it's more into the chest. Yeah. And that seems to activate this effect that we want. I've done it with nasal breathing. I've done it mouth breathing. Nasal breathing, the danger is you just fall asleep. You go, well, okay, I'm just going into relaxation response, and I drift into sleep. Whereas the mouth breathing tends to avoid that. So try mouth breathing first. If you find that's too difficult, too intense for whatever reason, you can switch it to nasal breathing, and then you could switch it back to mouth breathing. So the main thing is find your own rhythm and what you're comfortable with in this breathing. As long as it's deep rhythmical breathing, then you're going to get an effect for sure. So you're breathing as though you were running, a marathon, and yet you're just lying down. So all of that energy then goes in to the system, and it starts doing this work, and then you get the effects of the tingling, pins and needles, and whatever other physical and emotional effects, because it's just pumping a high frequency energy into your mind-body system and then seeing what pops out. So just trust the process. Keep the breathing going for 45 minutes. That's your commitment. Keep listening, keep breathing for 45 minutes, and see what happens. You're surrendering the result to the Holy Spirit. Okay. Any other questions? Everyone happy? So if you got the setup correct, just make sure you can lie down, got a cushion, you're on a carpet or lying on a blanket or on a bed, so you're reasonably comfortable. So you're lying down with your palms facing upwards. Okay, so just let me know. We're going to start it now. So any more questions, first of all? Otherwise, we're going to start in the next couple of minutes.
Can I play my music now? Isn't everybody going to hear it?
No, because I'll mute you. I'll mute you. So you can play your music aloud, but everyone will be muted. So you're just playing it to yourself, so that you can make it as loud as you want, and just make sure you can hear my voice loudly enough, because the voice is what's going to keep you on the process. So make sure that the voice is guiding you. You can hear it loudly enough, however you set that up. I recommend if you do headphones, that's ideal, because it'll give you a bit of a surround sound effect. I saw you had some nice headphones there, Molly. So use your headphones and your phone, play the tracks, and then have Zoom, and that should work quite well. And just adjust the volume accordingly. Okay, so is everyone kind of set up with the tech and lying down? If you've got a nice position, make sure just get a glass of water if you haven't got that, because you might need a drink because your mouth can get quite dry. So have a glass of water to hand. Make sure you're comfortable. I would mute your phone. So if you're using your phone to connect, then just mute it so that it's you're not going to get a ringtone or anything. If anyone rings you, hopefully they won't. You're going to need to stay connected, obviously, to the internet if you're using your phone, but at least mute it so you don't get phone notifications and so on, pinging and so on. So you're as immersed in this process as possible. Okay, is everyone kind of ready? Let's unmute, just ask.
Yeah, ready.
Make sure everyone's cool. Okay, you've got the tech set up. You can play the music. Got your water. You've got a cushion and a blanket or something to cover you. Okay, Lucy's good. Let's just check with Marlene. Marlene, you good?
Yes, I'm
Iona?
good, thank you.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, Iona, if Kenneth's sitting with you.
Yeah.
Great, thank you, Kenneth. So, yeah, I mean, you know this stuff. Just hold the space. You'll feel her energy, and like if it's helpful, like maybe you put your hands on. Just go intuitively, with it, and just help. Just be the space. Really, you're just holding a space for her.
Yeah.
To get the most out of this experience. Okay, Kim, let's just make sure she's good.
I'm good. Thanks, Jono.
Yeah, you all set up. You got the music tracks.
Yeah.
Okay, Katie, you said you were going to go. Are you joining us, or are you going to go do another group?
I try it again. I try it again here.
You're gonna stay with this process.
I'm joining.
You're gonna join. Okay, great. Okay, brilliant. All right. So on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to start your music, and then we'll go into the process. You're going to start the longer track, the 45-minute one, which I called Holotropic Music, which is the first one I sent you, Elaine. So, Elaine,
Yeah.
are you good? You set up? You ready to go?
Good. Good.
Okay.
Good. I didn't get it too.
Yeah. Okay.
This is trick.
All
Okay.
right. So, actually, your music. Yeah. Okay. So if you're going to play your music, it might be a bit of a problem because you're on WhatsApp. So maybe I'll switch it to phone. Maybe I'll call you back on the phone. So it's not on the computer.
You've suddenly gone very faint.
Have I? Right. Okay. I'm not sure why. Okay. So I'm going to hang up, Elaine, and I'm going to call you back on the phone. Okay. All right. So.
I can't hear you.
Okay. So I'm going to. Okay, so everyone else, I think we're good to go. So on the count of 3, start your long music. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so start the music and just start the breathing. So get into a rhythm of the breathing as soon as you can. So into the lower stomach and chest, first stage of the breath. Then into the middle chest, final phase into the upper chest, and then don't hold the breath, just go into the exhalation, full deep exhale for 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then move straight into the next inhale. So it's a connected breath. 3-phase inhale, and then you're going to exhale. And then cycle straight into the next inhale. Okay, so we started, Elaine. Just start the music and start the breathing. So 3-phase breath to the lower stomach and the lower chest, into the middle chest, 2nd phase into the upper chest, and then cycle straight into the exhale. Out the mouth. So it's in and out through the mouth. And then at the end of the exhale, cycle straight into the next inhale. So it's connected breathing. The inhale leads to the exhale, leads to the next inhale. And just try and find a rhythm with that as soon as possible. So getting into a nice rhythm with the breath. Just keep the breathing going. And say to yourself, thank you for my healing. And thank you for my breathing. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. And let's try and go into the observer state. So you're observing sensations in the body. So you might find some tingling already starting in your hands, your feet, your extremities, tingling on your face. It's all normal. Just whatever the experience is, just allow that experience. Just keep breathing. That's all you have to do. Just keep the breath flowing for the next 42 minutes or so. Just keep breathing. This nice, deep, slow, rhythmical pattern. Find your rhythm with it. And you can say every now and then, just say to yourself, thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. You're asking the Holy Spirit to use this session, this modality, to help you. So just keep that breath flowing. And observe whatever the sensations are. Motion sensations. Just observe. And just keep the breath flowing in and out through your nose. There's nowhere else to go. There's nothing else to do. Just please relax, be still. So even in the intensity of the breathing, there's a stillness, there's an awareness. It's aware of you breathing, aware of the sensations in the body, aware of any emotions. So whatever thoughts, whatever emotions are coming up, just observe them. You allow them to arise and to pass away in their own time. And what underpins all of this is the breath. So just breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth in 3 phases. Find a rhythm with that breath. Make sure you're connecting the inhale and the exhale. Exhale and each inhale. Connected breathing. And say to yourself, thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. And just deepen into the breath then. Just keep connecting with the breath. In and out through your mouth, ideally, but if you find that's a little bit hectic, intensity of it, chest hurting, you can switch it to nasal breathing. So same 3-phase breath into in and out through your nose. So just keep the breath flowing. Getting into a rhythm, sinking into it, going deeper and deeper with each breath. Letting the music take you into a deeper place in your mind, state of mind. That is certainly not ordinary. And be willing to go there. Remember, you're just letting go and you're letting God. You're letting the Holy Spirit, the voice for oneness, the awareness of oneness, use this breathing, use this process for your healing. And your only job is to keep the breathing going. So say, thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. And use that as a little mantra to keep you breathing, keep you in this healing space. Our only job is to keep the breath flowing. If you find the three phases are collapsing into one phase, that's okay. Just deepen into it. Let the breath take you. It has an intelligence of its own. And so you go with it. And you find a rhythm with it and you deepen into it. Deep, slow, powerful breaths. Three phases. Maybe it all collapses, merges into one phase. Say to yourself, thank you for my healing, thank you for my breathing. So whatever sensations in the body are happening, whatever thoughts and emotions are happening, just keep the breath flowing. Whatever happens, just breathe. Breathe through it. It's good training for life. Just breathe through whatever crisis arises, whatever trauma is there, you just keep the breath flowing. And you say, thank you for my healing and thank you for my breathing. Nowhere else to go. Nothing else to do for the next 35 minutes. Just keep the breath flowing, surrender to the experience, and going on a journey. Holy Spirit's got you by the hand. Jesus or the Holy Spirit are there, holding your hand, guiding you through whatever this experience is. And know that it's all happening for your highest good. It's all happening for your healing. So just keep the breath flowing. Whatever happens, whatever you're experiencing, and keep the breath flowing. And every now and then you can drop into your mind, thank you for my healing. That's what's happening right now in real time. And thank you for my breathing. Breathing is healing. Healing is breathing. It's already one. It's all coming from oneness, directing you back to oneness. Using a particular modality, a particular technique. Just another way the Holy Spirit can come into your mind and speak to you. Maybe it's speaking to you very profoundly now. Maybe you're going through some ego emotions. Maybe it feels upsetting, traumatic, difficult. Maybe there's pain in the body arising. That's normal. So just observe it equanimously. Whatever's happening in the body, whatever's happening mentally and emotionally, it's a part of your mind that is not that. So connect with that awareness. It's able to observe it all. Even in the intensity of this breathing, whatever's happening, you can still have a part of your mind that's observing it. He's not attached to it. So just keep the breath flowing. This nice rhythmical pattern, 3-phase breath. You're still in 3 phases. And exhale, and then move straight into the next inhale. So inhale, fold straight into the next exhale, which folds straight into the next inhale. There's no pause, it's a connected breath. One leads to another, and just keep breathing. And you might notice that the breath has a rhythm of its own. It's kind of got a life or an intelligence of its own. So are you really breathing, or is the breath breathing you? It's the question. Maybe you have a sense of being breathed. Breath just breathing you, and you surrender to it. And you just allow this process to happen. Surrender to it. Just keep the breath flowing. The breath and the music and my voice, just let them take you deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper into the stillness, the silence. Deeper and deeper into the place in your mind, the source. Maybe you've got to go through some difficulty to get there. Emotions arising, sensations in the body. Maybe your body's really tingling now, vibrating. Pins and needles, numbness. And you feel your arms, your hands locking up, some kind of spasm. It's okay, it's normal, it's part of the process. Just go with it, keep the breath flowing. That's all you have to do for another half an hour or so. You're all doing really well, just keep the breath flowing. Deepen into it. So you might find the breath just naturally deepening. It's got an intelligence of its own. Just go with that. Just make sure you keep breathing in some way. Deep, slow, rhythmical breaths through your mouth or through your nose. If you want to switch from mouth to nose breathing, you can do that. And then maybe you switch back. Just be guided, right? This intelligence will guide you to what is really for your highest good. Same intelligence that orchestrated this session today, this course that you did. So you're just giving it all over to that intelligence, surrendering it all. To the nothingness it really is. Just there's no resistance, just surrender. Breathing and surrender. Just let go and let God is another way of saying this. So you let go, surrender, you trust. So then it all go into the abyss, the void, designed to bring up your ego resistance quite a powerful way in 45 minutes and just help you to move through it. Say to yourself, thank you for my healing, thank you for my breathing. Thank you for my healing, thank you for my breathing. And just keep the breath flowing and breathe through. Just breathe through whatever is arising. Just be determined to keep breathing no matter what's arising, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Maybe you're having a spiritual emergency. Maybe it's all quite peaceful and calm. And you're feeling physical discomfort. Just keep breathing. That's all you have to do. Breathe deeply in and out through your mouth or your nose for another 25 minutes or so. So you're all doing really well. Just keep the breath flowing. Keep the breath flowing in and out. It's one breath cycling into another breath. Almost like the breath is folding over, isn't it? Or a roller coaster. It's like going up on the inhale and then some very momentary pause, and then gravity takes on the other side and goes down and you release it. So it's a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Depth of the breath gives you the depth of the healing. Really what you're doing is going in to your subconscious mind, going into your energy system, cutting through the layers. Perception is a layer, cutting through that, cutting through emotions is a layer. Perceptions, sensations, emotions, thoughts. It's a layer of the ego. And just be willing to go through those layers, cut through them with the breath. Going into the place beyond perception, beyond emotion, beyond thought, beyond belief. What lies beyond all of that? And this is the question. What lies beyond all of that? And let the Holy Spirit reveal the answer to you. Into the core, the very essence of who you are. I'm inviting that to reveal itself through this process. Just keep the breath flowing. Going deeper and deeper into the state. Let the breath take you there. To the depth of your beingness. Let it reveal itself to you through this profound exercise. So thank you for my healing, thank you for my breathing. And just keep the breath flowing in and out through your mouth or your nose. 3 phases, 1 long phase. Just make sure it's a deep, rhythmical breath pattern. And you keep doing that. You don't hold the breath for any length of time. Inhale just rolls into the exhale. The exhale rolls into the next inhale. There really is no distinction really between them. So one rolls into another, they merge. Start experientially realizing maybe this is one thing. It's like there's one source of your mind. It's really only one breath, being known as the Holy Breath. Holy Spirit was also known as the Holy Breath. So it is formless, and the breath and the spirit have been associated with each other for millennia. In the ancient languages, use breath and spirit synonymously. Breath is also synonymous with life force, soul and spirit. That presence that animates the body, that gives life. So maybe you can feel that presence arising now in your awareness, in your body. That life energy, high frequency life energy is causing some change, some shift in the body. There's sensations in the body, there's emotions going on. And you can just breathe through them to keep the breath flowing. Breathing in and out through your nose or your mouth. In 3 phases or 1 phase, just go with the rhythm, go where the breath wants to take you and let it take you there. Deeper and deeper, take you deeper and deeper into the mind, going inward. It's inner journey, facing whatever needs to be faced, dark thoughts and emotions arising, trauma, mental, physical, emotional trauma, maybe pain arising in your body. If you have any injuries, then notice how that area might be painful. So energy goes where it's needed for healing, and then you re-experience that trauma, that energy, as it's been released. Keep the breath flowing. Say, thank you for my healing, thank you for my breathing. Thank you for my healing, thank you for my breathing. And let the breath take you where it wants to take you. Lead you into a state of mind, state of being that is extraordinary, beyond your normal state. Just have the courage to keep going there, keep breathing in and out through your nose or your mouth, whichever is more comfortable. Just keep the breath flowing. Just another 20 minutes or so to go. It's more than halfway. Just keep going. Doing really well, everyone. Just keep the breath flowing. Keep listening to the music and letting the breath and the music and my voice take you wherever they want to lead you. So you surrender your will, not my will, but thy will be done. Not my will, but thy will be done, you say. And I'll just leave you in silence, just to be with your breath. Be with the breath. And the stillness. So thank you for my healing, thank you for my breathing, and surrender into it. Go deeply into wherever it wants to take you. The breath and the music. And the Holy Spirit guiding it all. So just keep the breath flowing. In and out through your mouth and nose. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. So just keep the breath going. Not long to go. Doing really well. Only 12 minutes or so. So just keep flowing with it. In and out. Through your mouth or through your nose. So thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. And deepen into it. Just really deepen the breath. Go deeply into this. Whatever state you're in, go a bit deeper for the next 10 minutes. Deeper and deeper with each breath. Nowhere else to go. Nothing else to do for the next 10 minutes. Just deepen into it. If you're still in a deep state of whatever it is, pain, emotional pain, mental pain, physical pain, and ask now for the healing and reach down deep into your mind to allow it to be experienced. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my breathing. And reach deeply to the very core of your being, beyond perception, beyond sensations, perceptions, thoughts, emotions. Beyond even your core belief about yourself lies the truth of who you really are. The very source of your being. So ask for that to be revealed to you over the next 10 minutes. Say thank you for my healing and thank you for my breathing. Keep the breathing going because the breathing facilitates the healing. The healing flows back into the breathing. So just deepen into it. Let the breath just take you for the next 10 minutes, wherever it wants to lead you. I'll leave you in silence for a few minutes. So just keep breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. This nice deep rhythmical pattern that you've got into. Just deepen into it for the last few minutes. And let the breath just reveal, maybe in these last few minutes, reveal something extraordinary to you. Maybe a miracle. It's just around the corner in the next minute or two. So keep breathing. In and out through your mouth or your nose. 3-phase breath, single phase breath. Just try and deepen a little bit into the breath. And let it take you wherever it wants to take you. And let it give rise to whatever it wants to give rise to awaken the sleeping self in you, to reveal self that you are, the very essence, your essence, identity that you uncover during this course. I am presence, I am love, I am enough, I am power. Just bring that to mind for the last 5 minutes and breathe into that. Let this essence come into you and breathe into you and through you for the next 5 minutes as we close out this profound healing holotropic breathing session. Nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, nothing else to think about, nothing else could be more important than the next 5 minutes of your life. So give it your everything. Give it your all for the next few minutes, just breathing very deeply, just breaking through barriers, whatever obstacles lie in your mind, blocks to the awareness of love's presence, Jesus calls them. So let them be removed. Let this essence of who you really are, this life force energy, the loving essence that is behind everything, just do what you cannot do on your own and reveal yourself to you, shining radiant self, shining through all of the darkness for all of eternity. And maybe in the next 3 minutes you just get a little glimpse of that self. Let it arise and awaken in you something extraordinary. Feel the power surging in you. Awakening you to who you really are. So just deepen into the breath. That's all you have to do. Just deepen into the breath. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose or your mouth. And really surrender. If you're still holding on a little bit, just for the next few minutes, 3 minutes, surrender completely to the process. You say, I'm not in charge. Not in charge at all. The breath is breathing me. I just surrender to the process. I abandon all sense of control. And I let myself go into this deeper place. Some have called it the abyss. It's actually the source of who you really are. Beyond name and form, beyond any identity your ego mind can grasp. This lies beyond all that. So go there now. Give yourself the experience of that next 2 minutes. Just deepen into the breath. Let the breath breathe you. And sink into it more deeply than maybe you've ever felt it in your life. Sinking deeper and deeper with each breath. Into the stillness. The source of who you are, the essence. As the music quietens, you just find yourself deepening into that. The breath slows and deepens. Find yourself just surrendering into that. This is home. Kingdom of heaven, the divine within you that has yearned for so long to be recognized, and maybe finally right now, in the next minute, you're just going to surrender to it completely. So do that. Keep the breathing flowing for another 30 seconds or so. As you close this, breathing out, and just experience whatever there is for you to experience right now in this moment. Okay, so your music should have come to a close now. If you put the other track on, the second track, 100,000 Angels, this song is called, which is very powerful. So just lie there and listen to the song and let yourself absorb the message and just breathe in and out normally through your nose. Just quiet, still breaths. Just to settle you down, come out of whatever state you're in, slowly, gently. Don't get up yet, just lie there and bathe in the light. And that's being reflected in the song. Truly 100,000 angels are there for you right now. So just experience them, listen to them, speaking to you through this song. The next few minutes. Okay, so as the 100,000 Angels song comes to a close, just lie there for as long as you need to. And just watching your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Deep, slow, rhythmical breaths. Just settling everything down. Tingling, whatever body sensations you experience should subside. And just give yourself a few minutes just to integrate this. Integrating back into the source. Just lying there and being quiet and still. For as long as you need. Maybe just quiet and still, maybe some insights come through. Just let those insights come. Just observe the thoughts and emotions. Allow it all just to process and integrate for a few minutes. Reflect on the experience. Is there anything particularly significant that happened, then just reflect on it. Maybe immediately there's some lessons, some insights, maybe something you need to just sit with for a bit. And often insights and messages can come through the days and even weeks after a process like this. So there's no rush. It'll all come when it needs to come, show you what it needs to show you. Just trust that that is the case. The whole process is given by the Holy Spirit for your benefit, for your awakening. So it is. So just lie here as long as you need to. No rush. Just absorbing the experience, integrating it. If you feel like you need to move your body, you can move a little bit, you can stretch out, you can roll side to side, stretch your back. And if you feel like you want to get up, and don't get up straight away, just you gently roll to one side, lie there on the side for a few moments. And then slowly push yourself up with your hands. So you to upright very slowly. If you feel a bit dizzy, and just slow it all down. And lie back down, or you can stay lying down if you need a few more minutes. Take a few more minutes. There's no rush. Notice the stillness and the quietness after the storm. Done this quite intense process, and now it's just still and quiet and calm. And you enjoy that. Stillness in the end is your home. And there's nothing else. You journey through the storms to get to the quietness. Which is what you've done. And while you're lying there, if you're still lying down, you can just reflect on your journey over the last 6 weeks, what you've learned, how you've grown, insights, the experiences really come to help you and bless you. Maybe just give a little prayer of thanks. So thank you for the process. Thank you for the Spirit that's directing it all. Thank you for all the experiences you've had. Thank you for the mighty companions on the journey. It's all there to show you the truth. Who you are. So I hope this process has revealed some more of that to you experientially. And if anyone would like to share anything now, then now is the time to share your experience. You don't have to, it's a very personal experience. Only if you want to, otherwise I'd suggest doing exercise 6 in the course manual again, and doing it, taking account of this experience. Maybe you draw yourself again. Maybe you saw another aspect of yourself in this exercise, and could draw something else if you feel it's more like a pattern, more like an image, a mandala they call it, and you could draw that to integrate the experience, but you don't have to do that straight away. Got the next few days to really work on consolidating, integrating, consolidating, reviewing this course, and really learning as much as you can from it. So, would anyone like to share anything? So ask everyone to unmute. Mute. How was that?
I had an amazing experience. I feel I'm all kind of wide-eyed and wondrous.
Yeah, you look a bit funny in headlights. What just happened?
Yeah. A lot happened. I saw a lot. it's really, I've seen this beautiful being before flying beside me, actually. And I saw that being again, and that's only the second time.
Really?
Yeah. And also I've had this feeling before that I've been in Jordan, and I was aware this time as well of looking down, and I am wearing a big robe and I'm walking in sand.
In Jordan, interesting.
Yeah.
So that's, maybe past life experience
Yeah.
coming in there, which can happen.
Yeah. And then I asked, why am I here? Why am I in Findhorn? Why here? And it was a sort of feeling of really intensely wanting to know. And then there was a reassuring message from Eileen Caddy.
Okay. Good. Did you ever meet her or not?
No. No, but no, I haven't. I've thought so much about her. It was very reassuring. It's going to be, we don't know why yet.
You don't know exactly why, but it's unfolding.
But it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unfolding.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. She came through.
Yeah.
So these people come in, beings, because you're inviting them into this energy. This process invites that kind of thing in. So.
Yeah, that's right. Both parents. It was lovely.
Okay. It was did you find it quite healing?
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Really
Did you
wonderful.
go through any trauma? Because some people go through trauma release, difficult emotions.
Yeah, a lot of tears.
No.
Yeah. 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 A lot of tears. Yeah, just like moving through.
Great. So did Kenneth help a lot?
Lovely. Yeah. I was thanking all the big, there's been some really big figures in my life. I know that. Not in this life, just in this life. There's always been a lot of help around. And now is really the time to really know it. There's always been a lot of very, very powerful guides.
So you get the feeling that you supported and you guided and protected and all that.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. You'll never walk alone, huh? Interesting.
That's for
It's
sure.
also come into your experience in the last few days. Okay, let's ask Lucy or someone else to share. Lucy, you still there with us? I wonder if people haven't dropped off to sleep. Let's see.
No, I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Wow, I had an experience of like stopping breathing. Actually, it felt like I just stopped breathing, and I've had that experience before at night sometimes, like waking up, having an experience of So it's kind of in the system, but I actually experienced it while I was
breathing. So you just stopped.
Well, yeah. So it happens it only happens when I'm asleep, and then I wake up from it.
Well, that's sleep apnea, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually went to a sleep lab, and it wasn't. They haven't called it apnea. They said it's not apnea. It's They called it. They didn't really know what it was actually. They called it non-REM. They said during the deepest part of sleep, I'm my body's awake. It's not. I'm not actually. I'm not staying asleep in the deepest part of sleep. I'm moving.
Right.
And coming up out of it. So it's a very interesting phenomenon. They didn't really know what to do about it. They just told me to take drugs to see if they could whap out that part, which I didn't take. No,
Yeah.
I didn't go for it. But I actually had that experience, and the feeling with it was fear. Strong fear, like, wow, my God, I'm actually going into this while I'm doing this practice, while I'm breathing in this way. So yeah, that was very interesting, because I haven't gone into it while I've been awake. It was just like the breathing stopped, like I couldn't breathe, basically. Yeah.
And then it sort of started again at some point.
Well, then I kind of went, rolled over and really just
Okay, I've got to
initiated breath again. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's like a resonant frequency there that arises.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, there's something there.
That's what this process does. It flushes stuff up.
Yeah. First one I had, I was quite young. So,
Right.
I was quite small, and I wondered whether I'd sort of taken in, because my mum was alive during the war. She was being bombed in London. A lot of fear. I've just wondered about that. I've wondered about it. Yeah.
So maybe some of that fear got transmitted.
It did. Definitely. I'm very. I tune with my mum very easily and very quickly. And just worry about her, always wanting to help her with her breath, because she has very panicky breathing, and will always have had that since her really difficult experiences.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what came up for me, was that fear and that stopping breathing. Yeah.
You managed to kind of work through it a little bit. Do you feel like there was a bit of a release?
Well, a relief to be breathing again, but I think I noticed that I was like, God damn, I'm here again. And I wasn't sure if it was a birth trauma thing or if it was actually via my mum. But that sudden not breathing, or, something very early in my years, that felt like a very young part.
So fight or flight response being triggered. And then the breath is part of that. Oh, can't breathe. Not enough breath. Fight or flight all goes together, and it's just maybe deeply seated, like some trauma.
Yeah.
So might be worth doing this again. We do this a few times. Next time it might arise again, and it's a healing modality to bring the stuff up and then allow you to kind of process through it. Anything else?
Yeah, I think having company, to do it with company, would be really helpful. I feel like it needs to be witnessed, it needs to be seen in the process of. There's something around that I'm feeling.
Yeah, well, in the traditional holotropic, they have, it's a group session, people in a room, so there might be 10, 20, maybe more people, and then there's sitters and breathers, so they pair people up. So you do it with each other. And it's okay. So Lucy and Iona, you sit, and then Iona breathes, and you sit with her, and then you switch it. So that's how they do it, and so that there's a space and there's someone there and comforting, and there's a facilitator as well, but there's actually someone physically sitting with you, and you feel their presence, and they might like hold your hand if you're feeling upset or whatever. They're just trying to hold the space for you. So Iona, you were very fortunate you had someone to do that.
Oh, beautiful, really
Mm.
beautiful. And he could see a lot of white and green energy as well
Mm.
going on.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when I first met Kenneth in 2015 in Sweden. It was a warm water rebirthing experience, and there was a lot of fantastic breath group work being done.
Mm.
And it is an incredible experience to go through together, actually.
Mm.
Really, yeah, being taught how to breathe properly
Mm.
changes everything.
Yeah, this is also called rebirthing as well. It's a
Yeah,
modality that's about going into the birth trauma and kind of releasing some. It might have been birth trauma, Lucy. I don't know if maybe you couldn't breathe when you came out. That's quite possible.
Yeah, there was definitely a birth. I was kind of facing the wrong way when I came out, and
Right. So maybe that's where it started. You couldn't actually breathe properly.
couldn't breathe properly. Yeah.
And maybe they'd cut the umbilical cord and you couldn't get air or something,
Yeah.
Because it's quite a traumatic when you think you come out, everything's cool in the womb, and then you come out and it's whoa, what just like total reality shift. And then if you haven't started breathing and they cut the umbilical cord too soon, then you feel that. And so your first experience of the world is, oh my God, anxiety, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And then that can be entrenched. So
yeah,
one doesn't know, but if you work with this, it does go quite deeply into your psyche. So it'll tend to unlock things that maybe you otherwise wouldn't experience, as you just experienced. You've never done it in a waking state. So it's maybe worth doing again. We'll certainly do it as part of our retreat. It'll be the closing part of the retreat.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, just to end it.
Yeah.
And then maybe just give people a couple of hours to integrate it and work, draw something. Because that's what they do in Holotropic. You actually go afterwards and say, okay, so draw whatever so that it comes out straight away. So I'd encourage you to do that. Draw a picture of yourself, exercise 6, but again from, okay, what was my experience? How does that express and reflect in the drawing? Or the painting, whatever you want to do, painting, drawing, and see what arises in the next day or two. Okay, so let's ask Marlene how she's doing. Marlene, you with us? Kim, let's ask Kim. Do you want to share anything? I don't know, maybe they're both asleep. That is possible. So you can go into kind of a sleep state with this. Kim, Marlene, anyone there? I'm asking them to unmute. It's not happening. Okay. No, it doesn't look like it's happening. Okay, so yeah, I guess just to wrap it up, any other questions, comments you want to make? This brings us to the end of the course. Thank you for doing that, Kenneth. It's great. Maybe next time you can do it.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Yeah,
we can do it too. You come here.
Yes, we will.
Yeah,
we'll do a workshop in Finland. Definitely. So yeah, any other comments, questions to close it out? It's been a long day, so thank you for staying till the end. So I didn't intend it to go this long, but
10 here.
Here we are. Yeah, it's past 12 here, and we started at 2 p.m. So that's how many hours is that? That's 10 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess it's a workshop, isn't it?
Very good. Well done.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
well done, everyone, for staying. Iona, you stayed for the whole lot. Marlene as well. Lucy and Kim, thanks for dropping in. And thank you for doing the course, because that officially brings us to the end of it. And we'll start again in a week's time. So you've got a few days just to kind of settle down and review and catch up on anything you missed and complete exercises and really get the most out of the course.
Yeah.
And then we'll start again next Sunday, which I'll be in touch. What I'd like to do is to do a one-on-one session with all of you, with those who did the course, so Marlene, Lucy, Iona, just to get your feedback on the course. It's always good to just kind of debrief. Okay, so what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and ideally, if you're happy to give me some kind of video testimonial, that'd also be amazing. So we can just do it on Zoom sometime in the week. So Iona, I think we have an arrangement already.
Yeah.
On Tuesday at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy, any thoughts on your availability? When are you free?
Oh, yeah, right. Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm taking a day off tomorrow.
No.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. Good idea.
Take
the day off.
Yeah. So don't expect an email or a WhatsApp message tomorrow.
No,
Well,
very good.
actually, Jean is gonna send you a message. She's on the group. She's gonna send you something. So there'll be some mind training, but use it to consolidate. Sometimes just take a break, rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me use today to consolidate, review, reflect, finish any exercises you haven't done, and just put the whole thing to bed. So you feel like, okay, I've actually done that course, and do exercise 11 and 12 if you haven't done them, whatever exercise you haven't done. And then, Tuesday afternoon, I'm doing 3 o'clock with Iona. So maybe we could do 4 o'clock if you like. Does that work for you?
I think that could work. Yeah.
4 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll send you a meeting request.
Nice.
It's the same login link, but I'll send you something on Google Calendar. So just accept that and join us then. Maybe we can have a little chat. Actually, at the tail end of that, maybe we can have a little chat about the workshop as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay to stay till about 4:15, Iona?
I think that's okay for Tuesday, yeah.
So we could do our session, and then if Lucy joins at about maybe, so we might be busy for half an hour. So maybe Lucy at say 3:45 or something.
4:45, yeah.
Because that'll give us enough time to
do
what we need to do. So I'll just send you a meeting request, and we can chat for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes about the workshop, see if we can get that going, and then we can go into your feedback. That'd be great. So thank you for that. I'll send you a meeting request tomorrow.
Thank you.
And Marlene and Kim, I don't know where you are. You're not unmuting, so maybe they've fallen asleep.
Marlene!
So let's try calling her. Let's see if she's around. I think Elaine went to sleep. I was doing it on Zoom. I was doing it on WhatsApp. I think she just dropped off, literally. Okay, so Marlene. Let's see if we can call her and just say goodnight. And otherwise, we'll just... is Kim there? Kim, how are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good, how was that?
Yeah, I was quite tingly in that my legs, especially my feet and hands, which I don't think I was like that the last time.
Wasn't it? Okay, interesting.
No. I mean, it's good because
I
think you to expect that. I just remember from the last time I was very just very relaxed. Like I didn't really get sensations the last time.
Yeah. Okay. This time you did. Anything else you want to share?
No, that was that. I feel very, I mean, I feel very relaxed now, but yeah, it was just, I mean, it's good. I guess this is part of the process. I mean, it's the nervous system and the release.
Just unwinding. You know, I did a number of sessions, then it's at a point the tingling stopped, and I just it's like, okay, the tingling stopped. And I asked someone about it. He said, yeah, that's just your body's released some kind of tension, and so then that reaction stops eventually if you do it enough times.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a good thing.
Moving through that. Anything else you want to share? Any thoughts, emotions coming up?
No major emotion. I just feel, I feel very relaxed now.
Quite peaceful. Good.
Peaceful, yeah.
Okay, and I can't get hold of Marlene, so I suspect Marlene has fallen asleep, perhaps. But that's okay. That's what she needs. So, yeah, just once more, thanks everyone for joining today and for joining the course and staying till the very end. And I hope it was really valuable for you, and that it's just the end of the beginning. That there's a new phase that's going to unfold for you in your lives, that this process can help you on that, and we continue on this way together, the way home to God, as mighty companions. So I'll speak to you in the week, Lucy and Iona, and look forward to that conversation. Kim, I think we've got a meeting tomorrow afternoon. So if are you still good for that? I'll see you. See you in Leon. Then I might be joining on my phone because I'm going to be doing yoga at 6 o'clock. But I'll be able to speak on my phone. So one way or another. So look forward to that, and maybe we'll just do a little closing, shall we? I see Richard's just messaged me. Thanks, Jonas. I think he's following on YouTube because it's going live on YouTube. So yeah, pleasure, Richard, if you was watching on YouTube. Yeah, cool. Well, thank you for joining, and we'll chat in the week. So let's just do a couple of minutes closing. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And just breathe in the love. This loving essence, this presence that's guided us through the whole 6 weeks and through today. And you just breathe that in, allow it in. Breathing it into every pore of your body, every cell, every muscle, every part of your mind, every fiber of your being. It's in the light. And you feel that love, you feel the gratitude. Now let's just remind ourselves of this prayer. This is from your daily email, daily prayer to be truly helpful. So say to yourself, I'm here only to be truly helpful. I'm here to represent Him who sent me. Right? I am this essence. Say your essence statement. I am love. I am power. I am enough. And you connect with that, you feel it. It's this essence that's sent you here. So you do not say, I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do. because this presence that sent me will direct me. I'm content to be wherever it wishes me to be, knowing it goes there with me. And I will be healed as I let it teach me to heal. So as you exhale, you have a sense of extending this presence outwards. It's love extending into the world to bless and to heal whoever. So extend it to your friends, your family, social network, to everyone, the entire human race. Everyone actually needs this love. Everyone thinks they have somehow separated from it. So they need to allow it back in, and you can be the instrument of that awakening to love. Your task from now on is to be the instrument of this essence, this loving essence, to let it guide you in all your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And to stay onwards. So it is said, and so it is done. So feel this loving presence in your heart, in your mind. It's all encompassing. And it goes with you wherever you go. It's nowhere where it's not. It's never not there. You never walk alone. It's always with you from this moment forward in your life. You walk with God. You walk with love always. So it is said, and so it is done. And so give thanks once again for the love, gratitude for everything that it gives you, for these gifts that you've received over the last 6 weeks, the mighty companions on the journey, and for the ongoing process. This is the end of the beginning. Just the start of this journey back to God. So give thanks for that. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And say thank you to everyone. Thank you. Iona, Lucy, Marlene, Kim.
Thank you, Jono.
Thank you, Richard, if you're listening on YouTube,
Thank
for
you.
joining. And yeah, we will speak on Tuesday.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day off tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day off.
Yeah, and have a good rest tomorrow. Just rest as well, and review and consolidate. Maybe you do nothing. Maybe just reflect. I think it's useful to have a day of rest every now and then. So enjoy that, and I'll speak to you on Tuesday.
Thank you so much.
Sleep well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Sleep well.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.